Hi, I'm Leanne Ely. I'm a nutritionist, a New York Times best-selling author, and some people even say I'm a life coach. I started the Daily Dish Show to share my story, my truth, and my journey to vibrancy, and to inspire others to do the same. Because it's all about grit, perseverance, and finding a way despite the odds. It's about embracing the whole woman, not just the parts that are easy to love, and feeding her heart, mind, body, and soul. But I found that this isn't just my story, it's your story too. It's go time. This is the Daily Dish. It is the Daily Dish. Who's ready to be daily with me? Thursday. I love the intro too, Nancy. I love seeing your sweet face in that intro as well. Jocelyn, you too. So good to have you here. It's Thursday, or no, it's Wednesday, Wise Women's Wednesday. And cheers. Here is to Wise Women's Wednesday. I've got my hot milk all ready to go in my old little full bloom cup. This is from 2021. I happen to love this. Don't you think these were like the best? I know Tanya really loved them. She wanted another one when she was here. We ran out. Jane, we are on the cusp of a new year. And I, for one, am ready for an incredible 2023. I know it's going to be amazing. I know it with every cell of my being. I know it, I know it, I know it. And the reason that I know it is because we're going to start it off right. We're going to do it in a way that is going to put us all onto the same page. You know, we're going to have our mindset straight. We're going to have our bodies a little less, maybe a little less inflammation, feeling good, more energetic. What do you say? I say, let's do this. Paige, I'm glad you're here. So, as a matter of fact, last night we did our Take Back Your Body webinar, and there was a ton of you there. We had a great time. We sold out of all of our early action takers. Actually, we sold out plus one, and we decided because it was the end of the night and whatever, we gave that other extra person, if you will, the same early action takers package. So we were very pleased to be able to do that. However, I will say Take Back Your Body is still available, and there is so much there. I'm really excited about that. Hi, Sandy. I'm glad you're here. So here's who's coming, and I'm excited about this. And I wanted to say thank you, and I wanted to call them all out because these women I have a mad respect for because they understand the value of being together and being a part of a group. It's incredible. Hey, Tanya, I just talked about you. Did you hear me talking about you? I was talking about how much I love my little bottle and how I wish we had more and how you wanted one. Anyway, we might at some point get more of these in because they really are. They've got the little hand grips in here too. I take this with me every day when I go out and play pickleball. So to Deb Cruz, thank you for joining. I'm so excited to have you here. Deb has been a long time member of our community, and it's nice to have her back. We're going to be in community together. Kathy Bull, Amy Griswold, Paula Jesser, Karen Schultz, Eliza Felix, Chris Thomas. Yay, where's Chris? She here yet? Beverly Hernandez, Susan Mason. Beverly and Susan have both been in my programs for a lot of years, and I've met them both in person in full bloom. Lisa Bergen, Patricia McDivitt, Ann Loomis, Pam Oaksman. She did a Take Back Your Body years ago, lost 50 pounds and put a few pounds back, and she's back. I'm so excited for that. Terry Von Blon, Miriam Acosta, and Cindy Bilton. Those are our new people who are going to be joining us for Take Back Your Body. Now, this is the workbook that you will get for Take Back Your Body. I'm going to tell you right now, it is it's some of my life's work in here, and I'm passionate about this stuff because you know me. I'm not about getting bikini ready or any of that garbage. I'm about, are you living your best life? Are you living the most vibrant version of yourself? What's holding you back? And if it's something that's going on in your body, well, that's your vehicle for life. So I want to see you have what it is that you're meant to have, because you are here on purpose and for purpose. And I will not stop talking about this. So go check it out. Will you just go check out the page? It's at savingdinner.com/body. That's where you're going to find all the details. And I'm just ready for you to have that. If you want to watch the webinar, it's at savingdinner.com/class. And furthermore, we've extended out just for a few more days. Anyway, we've extended out getting the kits. So go check that out. We have so many goodies that we're sending you. And I love, I love being able to support you in any way that we can. Yeah, because the kits have the quote decks with them too. We've got a lot of quote decks. So today we're going to be talking, about casting your vibrant vision for 2023. It's around the corner. In a week from now, we will be in a brand new year. And so I really want to get on top of this. Okay, let's get on top of this. Let's talk about this. Let's look at how we can do this and what we need in order to do it. Okay. Hi, Maureen, all the way from Australia. Our quote of the week is so good too. Motivation is what gets you going, and habit is what keeps you going. Okay. Motivation gets you started always. And habit is the thing that keeps you going. And remember, it's the big C word that makes this whole thing happen. Consistency. When you take a break from consistency, it's like starting over. So let's get you to that place where you feel like you've got a really good handle on 2023. And part of that is casting a vibrant vision. Casting a vibrant vision. We talked about that a lot yesterday. Today, a heads up, we've got more. Because I'm going to tell you right now that as you start to say and entertain this idea of casting a vibrant vision, maybe it's a completely different vision for yourself for 2023, you're going to have a little pushback from your present self. It's going to do battle with you. But if you watch your words, you might find that you're reinforcing this accidentally. For example, I've had people say, I just need to get more sleep, blah, 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 but I'm a night owl. Well, you have defined yourself and you've used the most powerful words of affirmation, I am, to make this declarative sentence about yourself that is almost a manifesto. And how do you choose off the night owl, right? When your night owl has said, I am a night owl. Do you see where I'm going with all of this? Carefully choose your words. I am needs to be followed by something that is powerful and impactful for your life. I am a night owl. I'm an introvert. And that's your, reason for not, mixing it up with your group maybe. And we all know how powerful those groups are. We all know how powerful the hot seat is. We all know how powerful communities are, and especially the small ones on Slack that we have, and getting together and being together, and how that's just such a needle mover. Well, I'm talking about this stuff because we accidentally slip out of our mouth this old habit of saying something that has set us up for failure. I am not a cook. I hate vegetables. Those are two more. I hate vegetables. Try a couple of different vegetable recipes. Try doing something a little bit different with it. Try a chopped salad. Try soups. That's basically a hot salad, isn't it? Right? A good vegetable soup. I'm not a cook. You just haven't taken the time to learn. These are things that I want you to confront yourself with them. Are these truly true? Or is this just a way that I have defined myself for all those years? Is this what I want for my future? Does this pigeonhole me and hold me back from the vibrant life that I want? Because nobody is naturally a night owl. I don't care what you say. Nope, not true. Our circadian clocks are the things that dictate the way that we should go. That's what it is. It's our circadian clocks. So get this, the more defensive and resistant you are about all of this, about protecting your present self, the more difficult it is going to be to let go of it. And you can let go of it at any time. It's just a simple decision. Maybe I'm not a night owl. Maybe what I need to be looking at is I have a habit of staying up late. And it's just kind of been my thing. And maybe I need to reteach myself, because we know what the science says about staying up late. And it really is an inflammatory thing to stay up late. I really want you to get this, because these thoughts that we think, these things that we say, these instinctual knee-jerk statements that we make, these I am statements that we make about ourselves, hold us back, way back from the from the vibrant vision that we see for ourselves. It's not going to work both ways. We can't do it both ways. So the more emotionally and definitively you describe and defend your present self, the less you have to give to your future self. Do you see that? Do you see that? It's these little statements, they close you off. They close down the possibilities. It's the whole get smart thing with all the doors. Ba-ba-da, bum. Yep. Close down. Night owl. Close down. Won't eat vegetables. Close down. Close down. Close down. Close down. How many doors do you want to slam in your face before you decide, maybe I can entertain this? Maybe it's not so bad. I can imagine myself going to bed a little bit earlier. I can imagine eating more vegetables. I can see this for myself. There's our lovely Vanessa. Hello. And Lynn, too. Now, understand this, if you know me, I am not saying ditch yourself and ditch everything that you are. Who you are is fearfully and wonderfully made. And I'm so very, very grateful to have you in my little world. Thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being the woman that you are. But I'm saying to you, if you want things a little bit different, are there things in your life that you're just not happy about? It's time to dramatically change a few things. And that when I say dramatically, I'm talking little, because little makes drama. It's the thing I said yesterday, the same quote that I said yesterday. It's those little hinges that open big doors. It's the same thing for our lives. Exact same thing. So if you want a dramatically different 2023 than the current version of who you are, today may be the day that needs to be looked at. Because what happens is we find ourselves in Groundhog Day, doing the same thing over and over again, listening to the same music, doing the same thing, the same thing, the same thing. Now, there is a place for routine. There's a place for ritual, but not when it comes to change and doing things differently. Not when it comes to bringing about what it is that you want. Because if we keep doing the same thing, we're going to keep getting the same results. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. So understand that the number one deathbed regret is not having the courage to be too busy living other people's expectations, to knock off that kind of garbage. The courage to say no to that. The courage to not be that person. That's pretty sad, isn't it? Do you want to be on your deathbed with? I certainly don't. I want to be, there's a little meme out there. You've seen it on Facebook where it's just like leaving it all on the dance floor. I mean, I want to be sliding into home plate and just saying I left it all on the field. All of it. Every single scrap. Because, the parable of the talents, we don't want to be the people burying our talents. We want to be using them up and using every single one of them. Yes, we do. Because it makes all the difference in the world about the vibrancy, just topped off, abundant, overflowing. That's what our lives become when we make that pivotal decision in our lives. So this is the first assignment of defining in vibrant detail what you want. And it's 100% critical. Are you ready for it? Here's what it is. You got to ask yourself these questions. Who do I want to be? Who do I want to be? What are my relationships like? Do I want them to be better? What's on it? What can I do to make them better? What am I focused on? Am I focused on the positive trajectory of where I want to go, or am I dwelling on the past and only looking at the problem and wringing my hands, right? What does my life look like? That's another one. What does my life look like? What do I look like? How do I feel? Now, this last question, how do I feel? I ask myself that all the time. You know why? How do I feel is going to help me to understand if this feels good, and it makes it works for everybody else, and it's a positive thing. This is something I want more of. If this makes me feel bad, then this is something I don't want. Now, understand there's going to be times of being uncomfortable and maybe in a little bit of pain, like, oh my gosh, I can't, can I do one more, whatever, jumping jack or push up or whatever? Might not feel the best. But at the end, how do you feel after it? Oh my gosh, like you just conquered Mount Everest. That's how you feel. The bottom line is this: we cannot live intentionally on purpose and for purpose if we're just trying to go with the flow and just trying to, get through each day. When people say all the time, what are you doing? How's it going? I'm just trying to get through the day. That means you're barely holding on by a thread. Is that the kind of existence that you want? And I say no to that, because that isn't living vibrantly. That's living just barely existing. That's scrapping by. We have to create our own waves. We have to be unstoppable, just like that, what is her, Sia, I think is her name. I don't know how to say her name. Remember that song? Unstoppable, like a tsunami. And that requires what Brendon Burchard said this: at first, it's an intention. Then it's a behavior, then a habit, then a practice, then second nature. Then it is simply who you are. We get to replace the old stuff with something that who we are. It's a little bit of a struggle at first, but we can get through it. You don't want the same year as last year, do you, necessarily? I don't think so. Even if you had a good year, don't you want this next year to be better? That's an intention that you can set. So let's live our lives on purpose and for purpose, with an eye toward the future, with an eye toward creating that vibrant vision of what we want. I like to think that we are co-creators with God, because God is saying anything is possible, my dear. He is. You're the apple of his eye, after all. And then he expects you to get up off your butt and do something. So we get to co-create with the God of the universe. What an assignment, right? So tomorrow I'm going to be looking at the next part of creating the vibrant vision of your future self by investing. And I've got a lot to say about that, as I have done this with myself. And if you were there for the last night's webinar, I kind of talked a little bit about, where I was and where I got to, shall I say it that way? Really. Because I started to see my decisions about who I am and how I wanted to vibrantly show up in the world and create new things in a way that would basically shape shift my life. I wasn't going to stay content with, oh, you have Hashimoto's, it's just going to get worse, you'll never lose the weight. I wasn't content. I wasn't going to take that for this is how it's going to be. I don't care if it's doctor. I don't care if you have MD after your name. I don't care if it's 3 doctors that said that to me. I didn't buy it. And I'm glad I didn't, because I'm now in remission and have been for the last 5 years from Hashimoto's. I've lost the weight. I've lost the inflammation, and I have more energy today than I had 20 years ago. And I'm in my 60s, for heaven's sakes. So where are you right now? What do you want? You might not be in your 60s. Maybe you're in your 40s, 50s, 30s, even 50s, wherever it is that you are. What do you want? Who do you want to be? Who do you want to show up as? Right? So here's the thing that I want you to do. I want you to consider, take back your body if you're in a place that's just not working for you. And if you're in a place where your vehicle is stalled out in the garage or barely getting to the next, from one place to the next, if that's no way to live. And I'm not saying that everybody needs to ignore their doctors or pretend that whatever. I'm not saying ignore your doctor. I didn't ignore my doctor. I did what I was supposed to do. I still take a medication every day for my thyroid, but I'm not in the place that they said I was going to be because I refused those orders. I want you to refuse your orders. It's time for you to start taking stock of your life. This is your life. 2023 can be your year. You ready? I hope so. savingdinner.com/body, because I want you there. And if you're hearing this right now, and if it's resonating with you, and maybe you're just kind of a little bit fearful, that's because this is your program. So go check it out. And no more leaving your life behind. It's time to start living the vibrant vision of what it is that you hotly desire. Okay? Got it? That's your mission. Pinkies up, Nancy. Nancy said it. If you mother hen said it, we better do it. Pinkies up. Peace be with you. I so appreciate you all. Bye-bye.
Thank you for joining me today. You can find me on TikTok for daily tips to help support your most vibrant life. And remember, you are the author of your own story. Until next time.